Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some really interesting information to go over. New potential data mines for Pokemon Legends EA have dropped. We also have some rumors for Pokemon Legends EA as well, and then a few other bits and bobs to take a look at. There's a lot of things to break down today, so if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's take a look at the new Pokemon Legends ZA data mines. They come to us from Light, saying battle forms could come back to Pokemon Legends ZA. So this has been found in the Akaku home code. So this is very similar to what we brought you the other day about returning Pokemon. In the home code, certain things have been found. Some of them were returning Pokemon. This has also been found as well. So Koraidon and Miraidon will be included in the game, most likely. Again, this is not confirmed. Take it with a grain of salt. And actually, they are the only ones with battle forms. So take this with a grain of salt, could change it for the final game. So because of this coding here, it does look like they have a chance to be in the game. So I guess there's two more potentially returning Pokemon. I don't know how they would be implemented into the game, but we'd have to wait and see. But Daniel does make a good point here, saying this could be like when they test assets from previous games on the current one they're making. Having the box art Gen 9 Legends on a Pokemon Legends game makes no sense to me, since they were never a part of the Kalos decks, which are the only ones to expect for the Legends franchise. Again, unless it's a Pokemon that comes from a future region. You know, if a Generation 7 Pokemon is one of the starters, then obviously that's going to be in this decks that wasn't originally in the Kalos decks. But yeah, I agree. It doesn't really make sense to have these in the game, but it's found in the code. We'll have to wait and see, but I just don't really understand how they would be put into the game, and it makes sense. But either way, the battle forms were made in the were found in the code. Make of that what you will. I always wanted to go over this post as well from Soul Silver Art. They posted this a while ago, but they're talking about the Terra Leak and how things can change and everything, because the Terra Leaker has posted a lot of information about, well, I say a lot of information. They've posted crumbs of Pokemon Legends ZA, and this is kind of regarding that. So we have Soul Silver Art saying the Terra Leak proved that a lot is cut / changed before a Pokemon game releases. You know, we got a lot of stuff cut from Gen 6, well, from every generation really. A lot of stuff was cut, and really that's what the Terra Leak was. It revealed content that was cut from already released games. Pokemon Legends ZA and Pokemon Generation 10 haven't released yet, so any information that we heard can still be cut or changed, especially things that were said in conversations from 2022. So this is in regards to Mega Zygarde, Mega Zeraora, I guess other things as well, like Stunfisk and the shiny noise, that could get changed. He did also say the starters were not going to be the Gen... Well, he basically hinted that the Gen 6 starters were not going to be the starters. He said, why would they change the formula or whatnot? And then a few other things as well. And then they say, but also things behind the scenes that were heard about the hacker playing ZA. If Legends ZA releases much later in 2025, you know, it's unlikely, but there's more time for things already in an early version / build of the game to be changed. Obviously more important, key things have much less of a chance of being changed though, like the Gen 10 overall concept. But there are / were people and bigger accounts that said certain things are 100% confirmed happening. Just an example, a Mega Zygarde really doesn't make sense, so we'll see if that actually makes it into the game as a Mega or another form, or if it's just altogether cut. I saw someone even say Mega Flygon is confirmed just because they were trying to make one in X and Y, but there's no confirmation of that at all. And again, I think if something was going to have a Mega Evolution in the past, so Flygon or Jinx, I think it's less likely to get a Mega Evolution now. It was cut for a reason, and maybe they just don't want to revisit that. I think just because they were going to do it at one point doesn't mean that it's ever going to be in the game. Like, there's Pokemon from Generation 2 that were cut. You know, a bunch of different pre-evolutions. I think Grimer had a pre-evolution, Ditto had a pre-evolution, Vulpix had a pre-evolution. I think there was also a Poison evolution as well, like Umbreon was originally Poison. And then as well as that, we had evolution lines that were completely cut as well. There was like that mini tiger Pokemon, that round sort of tiger Pokemon in its evolution, completely cut. Garochu was completely cut from Generation 1. Just because they were a thing at one point doesn't guarantee they're going to be a thing again. Loads of things have been cut that have never once happened again. So just because they were supposed to get a Mega Evolution in the past, it's not concrete information that it's going to get it again. So could some of what we learned from the Terra Leak concerning future mainline Pokemon games also become cut content, which again, it could be the truth. For me, I don't think Mega Zygarde makes sense at all. It already has its 100% complete form. Why would they give it a Mega Evolution as well? They've already spoken about it, so they've clearly got some sort of indication for it. But whether that gets cut or not, I don't really know. They know what's been leaked and not. They're not stupid. They've been scouring the internet. They've been covering what's been posted and what's not. They know we know about Mega Zygarde and Mega Zeraora and everything like that. They just know about it. So would they scrap it if it's not a massive part of the game? Maybe. I can't see it not being a massive part of the game though, because it's all about Zygarde. We're expecting. Again, we still don't even know that. We're just expecting it because it's Pokemon Legends ZA. But yeah, it's definitely some food for thought, 100%. Very interesting. So yeah, shout out to Soul Silver for that post there. Moving on, we also have some Switch 1 stuff to go over as well. So a new rumor suggests that the original Nintendo Switch could get one last major game release ahead of the Nintendo Switch 2's upcoming launch. So this was posted on Game Rant a few days ago, saying Nintendo's next console is supposedly coming later this year, but a new rumor suggests that the original Switch has one more big release on the way. I mean, it's not supposedly coming, it is coming later this year. They've even said it themselves, 2025. So earlier this month, fans finally got to see the Nintendo Switch successor for themselves, with the aptly named Switch 2 retaining the multifunctional model that helped make the processor one of the highest, I think it's the predecessor, of the highest selling consoles in gaming history. So far, only one first-party Nintendo game has been revealed for the new system in the form of a new Mario Kart title, though more will likely be shown off during a Nintendo Direct livestream in April. So before the Nintendo Switch 2 was officially revealed, gamers had been breathlessly waiting for news of Nintendo's next mainline hardware for several years, even as the original Switch continued its successful, almost 8-year run. This run saw the release of many blockbuster hits like Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and its 2023 sequel, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Soon it will be time to bid farewell to the original Switch, but fans might have at least one more big title to look forward to on the current Nintendo console. And remember, whatever comes out on the Switch 1, whatever gets announced for the Switch 1 in this February Direct that we're expecting to see, they're going to be playable on the Switch 2 as well. So don't worry, don't be like, oh, I don't know whether to get it or not, because, you know, the Switch 2's around the corner. You can just play it on the Switch 2 regardless. So podcaster PH Brazil, who obviously has got a pretty good track record, recently claimed that the original Nintendo Switch would get one last major release, as shared by Reddit user Off4Use or on r/gaming leaks and rumors. This will supposedly be a brand new entry, so it's not a remaster, it's a brand new entry in a beloved but somewhat niche franchise. And PH Brazil believes that it could be revealed during a new, yet unannounced Nintendo Direct livestream in February. I feel like it would. It would just be the end of the Direct presentation, kind of big game. You know, whenever they do a Nintendo Direct, there's always a big game at the end. It's just going to be that. And if it's not a remake or a remaster, it's a new game. I'm trying to think of a niche Nintendo game that's well loved by fans. Straight away, I'm going to Pikmin, potentially, but I feel like we've not only just had Pikmin, but not long enough ago for us to get another one. Maybe like Star Fox or something, but either way, new final big Nintendo Switch game could be announced in February. So while this is still just an unverified rumor, Nintendo fans have already started buzzing about what this last big Nintendo Switch game could be. The explicit mention of a beloved niche franchise has some guessing that a new Star Fox, F-Zero, or Kid Icarus game could be in the works, as none of these popular IPs have seen a standalone title in a long time. Which makes sense. I feel like Star Fox or F-Zero and Kid Icarus, yeah, I think any of them could definitely get it. Should be repeated that PH Brazil's claims are still just a rumor at this point, but it would make sense for Nintendo to have at least one last major release for the original Nintendo Switch before its successor hits stores later this year. Perhaps the game in question could be available on both Nintendo Switch consoles, serving as a transitionary title between the current era of Nintendo gaming and the impending new generation that will come with the eventual release of the Switch 2. So let me know your thoughts on that. What do you think the game could be? Remember, he says it's a niche game, so it's not going to be like black and white remakes. It's not going to be a Mario game. I don't think it'd be Kirby. I wouldn't class Kirby as niche. I think Star Fox, F-Zero, Kid Icarus, something like that, potentially Pikmin, I think is the way forward for that. But let me know your thoughts on that. What do you think it's going to be? And then finishing things off for today's video, we have a new rumor to go over for Pokemon Legends ZA. So I can't remember when this was posted. I cut out the title, my bad. But yeah, it says gonna reveal some new ZA stuff. I'm probably gonna look dumb, but here we go anyway. So his picture here is, I don't know, it might be a Miltank. I think that's a Seaking, and then Gligar, maybe something like that, Weavile. So I assume they're just drawings of what he's going to talk about. It says the game is taking place alongside Legends Arceus. So I don't think that's true straight off the bat, because I feel like the region wouldn't be called Kalos if it's set around the same time as Legends Arceus. Like, Legends Arceus is not called Sinnoh, it's called Hisui. And I think if it's the same the same sort of time region, I don't think it'd be called Kalos, and we know it's called Kalos because they've said that themselves. So you work with a Paldean moving company. They start a beautification project and want to know what the regional Pokemon are like, so they start living in the city. It's implied the city was destroyed by a war, but never outright stated. The leader of the beautification project is a Lysander ancestor. You get your starter from a Nemona ancestor. So it's basically kind of combining Paldea and Kalos into one. And there's going to be ancestors from both of those characters and a lot of the main characters from both games popping up all over the shop. There's a side quest where you work with a Kurt ancestor too, making new Pokeballs, and you're buying them from the shop. So you have to make the Pokeballs, but then you also have to buy them as well. No free discounts or anything like that. And then it says, now for the stuff you care for, new Pokemon and forms. So we're getting a new Miltank form, which is going to be a white cow. It says it's fairy type as well. So fairy Miltank. I mean, judging on this, it looks like a dog. I mean, with udders. And I don't know, I'm not a massive fan of that design. Not saying the art's terrible, I just don't think the design is something that I would expect to see as a new regional form of Miltank. And then they say Gligar line, which is going to be rock fighting. So, yeah, I mean, potentially, I don't really see the point. It's already ground flying. I don't know why they just changed it to rock flying. But either way, we also have this being a Seeking evolution, which is going to be Water Steel. So this is the Water Steel Pokemon. It looks like a fire type to me, but Water Steel Seeking. I mean, I think we need to see another Water Steel type. I still can't believe the only Water Steel type Pokemon we have is Empoleon, because it's such a good typing, and it's just bizarre that we've only had one type for it. We're going to get a Luvdisc evolution, which is going to be Water Fairy. I mean, for the longest of time, we've needed something for Luvdisc. When Alomomola was revealed in Generation 5, a lot of people thought that was going to be the generation, that was going to be an evolution of Luvdisc. I think even Cerebi put that on his page, that it was going to be a Luvdisc evolution, but albeit was not actually that. We're also going to get a Carnivine Convergent form, which is going to be a Steel type. It uses Milcery sweets to lure them in and eat them. And it's based on an oven. So there's going to be a big old Carnivine oven, so I assume it's going to be fire type. Kind of a cool Pokedex background story, though, that it kind of lures these sweets in and then eats them. And then we're also going to get Garchomp getting a regional form, which is going to be Water Dragon. It's going to be an actual shark. I mean, Goodra got a regional form in Legends Arceus. I can't see why Garchomp wouldn't get one. But yeah, Water Dragon. I mean, if it is an actual shark, I think that'd be kind of cool. I kind of think I do want to see that, 100%. We aren't allowed to take phones into the studio, so I drew these from what I remember. Don't care enough to make them look good. So we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new forms / evolutions for Pokemon Legends ZA, as well as Mega Evolutions and stuff as well. Yeah, I mean, not the kind of lineup I'd expect. I do like the Water Dragon Shark, though. I think Luvdisc definitely needs an evolution. Seeking, I guess, because it's not great. Maybe Gligar and Gliscor are kind of fine. Fairy Miltank, I don't really know. I mean, I don't believe it. I just feel like, I don't know. It just doesn't really scream real to me at all. Let me know your thoughts on this, though. Do you think it's true or not? I'm going to call BS, but obviously, let me know your thoughts on what you think about it. What are your thoughts on this Nintendo Switch 1 game as well? Just reel me off some potential games you think it might be. Again, they do say niche. I know some people will still think it's black and white remakes. It's not black and white remakes. That's not a niche. It's not a niche game. Pokemon is one of the biggest games on Nintendo. Niche games are like your Star Foxes, F-Zeros, Kid Icarus, Pikmins, everything like that. So let me know your thoughts on what you think that's going to be. And then also, what are your thoughts on this as well? Do you think that Raiden potentially could be in Pokemon Legends ZA? Again, I'm not convinced. I just don't see why they'd be in the game. It makes absolutely no sense. But at the end of the day, it's in the source code. It could be, it might not be. We'll have to wait and see. But let me know your thoughts on that. Would you like to see them in the game as well? Maybe, if they are in the game and they're shiny huntable, sign me up. But because of what Legends Arceus did to shinies, where none of the legendaries or mythicals were huntable, it's highly likely they're going to keep that. Especially because none of the legendaries were huntable in Generation 9 as well. Barring events and stuff like Shiny Rayquaza's Terror Raid. So yeah, I highly doubt that we're going to be able to shiny hunt them. But either way, let me know your thoughts on that. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like. Let's try and hit 500. Does really help out. Leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.